Hello everyone, welcome to our bird program today. Kind of like a bird watching program, and so it's something new that we started, kind of spur of the moment type of deal, because our monthly nature programs the past couple of months have been having about birds, and so especially particular this month, well, and last month really, you can make bird feeders. It's all about feeding the birds and making bird feeders. So I thought today we kind of learn about what you can watch for, what kind of, what you need to go bird watching, and what kind of birds you might see, so on and so forth, okay? So, if you've been out, we've been kind of out and about, stuck in, as you can see, with all the snow last week. And I hope you went out and went bird watching. I know it was kind of cool, but you can find a lot of different birds. Now, I've got a question for you. Are all birds the same color and all of the same size? What do you think? No, they are not. They are not the same color and not the same size. You may find some that are brown. You may find some that are yellow, blue. If you go in some of these tropical places, you may find some that are green and different orange, vibrant colors. But of course, around here we don't have very many of those kind. If you may find a parrot or something. But we have some very, very beautiful birds around here. So, but like I said, they do not all come in the same color, same size. Now, another one, what do you need to go bird watching? Now, for most of us, if we have a bird feeder on the back, or hanging out our backyards or front yards, pretty much easy, they're going to show up. I made a homemade, if you was in our Month of Nature program last month and you joined our bird program that we partnered with the Clay Hill Memorial Forest, we made bird feeders. And then in your packets for the Month of Nature program, you've got a soot feeder to put together. And then I did this with my two children, and it was very fun. What you do for the pine cone, you just have pine cone. You can use peanut butter or lard. And the lady at Amy at Clay Hill Memorial Forest said lard is actually better than peanut butter. So if you have lard at home, it's better. And then you need birdseed, and then some twine to tie it up with. I put that out along with the soot feeder, which I've never used before, but I put a soot feeder out. And it took a few days for them to come find it, because they was over at my mom's house, and she feeds them galore. She's got 2 feeders and just piles them up. And she's got oodles of them. And then at the end of the video, at the end of this program, I'll show you some of the pictures that I took while I was off work. Some of them are at my house, some of them are at my mom's, at her feeders. And so you can kind of see some of the pictures I didn't even get that shows how many that she's had then on that day or any day. But if you put some feeders out, they'll soon find it. Because I thought, I've had these out for a couple of days and they've not found it. Well, then all of a sudden these juncos, I guess is how you pronounce it. They're a little black and white bird. They finally started showing. I called them little snowbirds. You see them when the snow's out. And they showed up. And then all of a sudden, I got a red-bellied woodpecker. I had, which I call him Woody. And then I had a blue jay, cardinals, so all sorts. So put a feeder out. They love to be fed. And so, but what do you need to go bird watching? If you want to walk around and view the trees and different things out in the woods, what do you need to go bird watching? Now this kind of comes down to the book I have. It's called Bird Watch, and it's a backpack explorer. It's a very cute little book. It talks about the different birds and what they do. So let's see here. Things to bring on a bird watch. And we'll go through this book a little bit more. As you can see, I've got little tags here, but right now we're going to do this from the beginning. What do you need to go bird watching? Well, you definitely want a backpack, okay? That way you can pack all your stuff in. Then you need a pair of binoculars. And as you can see, this one here has a compass on it as well. But you've got a pair of binoculars, of course. Bug spray, just in case. Especially right now, it may not be too bad, but like around the summertime, you definitely want bug spray. Sunscreen, of course, that's for summertime as well. A pencil and a journal. Now, I've got a little journal here. So yeah, you definitely want a journal. That way you can put down what you've seen and kind of describe. And that way when you get home, if you don't have a bird book that you can look up of your descriptions or by your pictures that you may have, that way you have something to go by. So kind of like a field guide is what you may want. Snacks, in case you're going to be out for a very extensive long time. You definitely want to bring some snacks, like an apple, fruit snack, or something like that. A water bottle. Most important, you need to drink your water. Stay hydrated. And, of course, a camera. You definitely want to bring a camera. That way you can show the pictures that you took. Now, like I said, I'm going to show you some pictures I took at the end of the program. And that way you kind of see what I've had around the house. Now, some of these, I've had some birds to show up that I never did get pictures of. I couldn't ever catch them at the right time, they'd be out there, and then I didn't have my camera on me. So, but when I get my camera out there, they'd take off. So that's kind of a problem on that. So I did have some birds, and I'll kind of go over that of what I've seen and go from there. Now, some of the birds I've seen, at my house, I have had, I've got me a list right here. I've had blue jays, I've had cardinals, I've had mourning doves, Canadian geese have flown by, and they're right across my house at the pond. A red-bellied woodpecker, my woody I call him. Let's see here, a tufted titmouse. I've seen this little bird, I did not know what its name was until I seen a picture of it, and that's what it is. A song sparrow, a junco, which I call them little snowbirds, a Carolina chickadee, and a white-breasted nuthatch. So, I've had all sorts, and these ain't even, I've had one, the killdeer bird, I've had one of them, I forgot to put that on there, but these are ones I got pictures of. But I've had the kildees, I guess they call them killdeer, but I call them kildee. I've had them, they've been around there, and so, but we'll go through those. Now, I've got a book to read. Let me see which one I've got here. Yeah. We're going to read a couple here. This one is called The Backyard Birding Adventure, What's in Your Yard? Now, I'm going to try to play. This book is really neat. You just have to download this app here. It's called Uncover Everything. And so it's very neat. I downloaded the app on my phone. And what you do is if you check this book out, well, we'll get to it and I'll show you. We'll read this page, okay? Alright, let's go. Let's learn about birds. It's not all that hard. Let's start with a few we can find in our yard. We'll look and we'll listen. Oh, how to begin? Let's make a list and find our first 10. This little boy and his grandpa's on the phone. There's a bird on the ground with a rusty red breast. She's looking for worms. At least that's my guess. What do you think this bird's called? You see them a lot, and they've been around a lot here lately. An American robin. She nests in the tree, hunting worms on the lawn. She's easy to see. Daddy Robin sings in the spring of the year, his bright, cheerful whistles and delight to hear. Now, as you can tell, that's the American robin. You can see those now. I've heard, see if I can get this up, that way you can hear it. I always heard if you see these during the winter, it's almost springtime. So let's see if we can get this to go. It might work and it may not. Sometimes it's kind of finicky on this. And that one just don't want to work. So let's move on and we'll try another one, okay? It's easy to tell when blue jays are around. He's big and he's loud. Hear his brash sound. Jay, jay, jay! As if to say, all you other birds, out of the way. Dressed all in blue, he's handsome as well, but he might be the mommy, you never can tell. Now you can tell there's the blue jay, and I've got one of these in pictures, and he's been flying around, and he's very big. Let's see if we can get this one to work. Like I said, it's kind of finicky. And I had it going the other day. Okay, that ain't gonna work. Let's see here. Let me get this in my lap. Thought we'd give it a try. Alright. Listen, hear that sound? Chickadee-dee-dee. Look, there they are, a pair in the tree. Black cap and bib scenting the gray. The Carolina chickadee is a treat any day. These tiny acrobats away on the go, deserving applause from putting on a show. And so there's a Carolina chickadee. Now let's see if we can get this one to work one more time. Uh-oh. Here we go. Maybe I need to turn my volume up. Oh, oops. Now let's try it. And there's the Carolina chickadee. I was hoping we'd get at least one to work. Here the Carolina wren, a friendly little bird. They like our yards and porches. They are often seen and heard. Rusty birds with cocked up tails. They're nosy as can be. They hop about, sing their songs, and they keep us company. They like to nest in a shelter site. A carport shelf would be just right. And there's a Carolina wren. My favorite. Well, this is a downy. I like the red belly, but this is a downy. They're both cute. Do you hear pecking? Look on the limb. It's a little downy woodpecker, so neat and oh so trim. Woodpeckers dig their homes in trees, both short and tall. They peck and peck, rat-tat-tat, and whiny when they call. These birds roam the woods, eating bugs that hurt our trees. They're real heroes, don't you think? You could use more friends like these. And there's the downy woodpecker. He's got a little bit of red on top of his head. Look, there are two birds on the line, shoulders hunched and looking down. A soft tree, they call as they flutter to the ground. Blue back, a blue back, and a reddish breast. Bluebirds nest in cavities. At times they're found in birdhouses or even holes in big old trees. They guard their nest and patrol the yard when competitors come. They'll chase them hard. This is an eastern bluebird. I love these little birds. They're so pretty. There goes a cardinal, a bird of crimson hue. This striking male and his soft-toned mate are a thrill for us to view. Cardinals eat from our feeders. They crack seeds in cone-shaped bills. Their songs ring loud and clear in spring as they greet us with their trills. This handsome bird builds his nest in a bush or shrub or tree. The young ones hatch and beg for food, quite a sight for us to see. And he is a very bright red, and she's got red on her, but she's got more brown or tannish. So they're very pretty pair. Alright, here Mr. Mockingbird, which his ever-changing song, he's a copycat and sings the tones of a mighty feathered throng. Mockingbirds are flashy flyers, all decked out in gray and white. They sing the long, long days away and sometimes sing at night. Mockingbirds protect their young, let's not go too near. They chase big birds and cats and squirrels, and nothing do they fear. There is a mockingbird. And that is a northern mockingbird. Let's see if we can get this one to go. No. I think it's quit working now. Alright, let's go on. Alright, now here's this little bird that I found that I didn't know what it was, and I see it all the time. It's a very, very petite little bird. So, here we go. Here's a little titmouse, a favorite bird indeed. He pecks between his toes to crack his sunflower seed. Hurry, 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 he calls insistently. His mate is out to build her nest in a cozy cavity. Dressed in gray, she's pretty classy, with a perky crest that's downright sassy. And there's the little titmouse. What's that plump bird there? See it in the tree? Grayish brown with a pointed tail. I wonder what it could be. Oh, it's a mourning dove. Hear that sound, sad sound? Soft, sad, I cannot read today. Hear that soft, sad sound? These birds nest in trees, but are often on the ground. They poke about on short pink legs and look so calm and slow, but make a sound and whoosh, they're off, and on they swiftly go. You can see doves a lot. We've got a lot of those around at home as well. I've enjoyed our walk, but now it must end. We've learned about birds. What fun it has been. Next time we'll look and we'll listen. We'll search high and low and list some new birds wherever we go. And that's the story. So we learned about different birds. Now I wanted to go ahead and show you as well what bird books. This is just a little bit of what we have. This is some new ones. The big book of birds. It's huge. There is about like a children's book here. This one is about Ruby. It's called Ruby's Birds, and it's about a little girl. She's learning from a friend how to go bird watching and not scare them, like kind of like what she's doing right now. So it's very, very awesome. This one is Counting Birds, the Ideal That Helps Save Our Feather Friends. And it is a nonfiction as well. It kind of goes about from way years ago about how to go for bird watching and search for some. Then we have these here, a Nature Anatomy Activity for Kids books. And it's got different activities that you can do in it. Like an earth model, learn about the earth's layers, the stars, and different things like that. So it's great when you go outside and look around in nature and kind of see. So this one is it's got 5 subjects and 20 lessons. So if you are homeschooling, this might be a good book for you to study for that science part, biology of it. Another one here is On the Nature Trail. These little books are cute. They're these little backpack explorer books. And you can go, like, what stuff you can do. Like, here's paint, make a paintbrush out of leaves or anything you find sticks. and draw nature paintbrushes. You can learn about toads. There's different mushrooms, just different things out in nature that you could find. Squirrels. Of course, the sky insects, how to make music on the trail, learn about trees and the leaves of it. So it's these are very neat nature books. If you like to go out and be out in nature, these are the books you'd like to study and read about. So I've got some little flashcards here. Whoop, and I'm going to see if you can guess what they are. I'm going to try to not give it away. What is this? What kind of bird are these? This is a mourning dove. We just had learned about that one. These are mourning doves. And these are mourning doves. I think they are a pair for life. And so they are very sweet if you see two together. Alright. What do you think of this one is? It is an owl, but it is a great horned owl. And that's the one. These birds are kind of like what's out right now in wintertime. There's more that'll come out during the summer, but this is the ones that you'll see out during the winter time. So this is a great horned owl. Alright, we just studied about these. And then you see the red, of course, is the male, and then the brownish with a little bit of red is the female. So you see them together. This is the northern cardinals. This is our cardinal birds. This is my favorite. I love this bird. He is so cute and pretty. This is my Woody, I call him. This is a red-bellied woodpecker. He's a lot bigger than the downy woodpecker, but he is very pretty. I love seeing that red head of his. Now, I love seeing these, and so I did not know this. These are the American goldfinches. The male is the bright yellow, and then of course the more dull looking yellow, brownish I call it, is the female. Now apparently the male changes colors. He looks more like her during the winter, but in the spring during their seasons, they or summer rather, they are this bright, real pretty like neon yellow. They're very beautiful birds. I love goldfinches. Now I love this one as well. I love seeing these flying because they kind of seem bossy when they fly in. But they are beautiful. There's some pictures I have of this one. This is the blue jay. They are very beautiful birds. Now everyone should know what this one is. You can see them flying around anytime really, but I've been seeing a lot here lately. Of course, this is our bald eagle. Alright, we just stated about this one as well. The bright blue, they're kind of like finches. The males are the bright, and the cardinals, the males are the bright colors. He's a bright blue, and she's kind of more of a duller blue. But they're very beautiful birds. And so these are the eastern bluebirds. Now, here's some, let's see here. Now this, whoops, these are going, I'm about to go up with these. This is the black-caped chickadee. They're very petite birds, but they're very pretty and cute. I like watching them. Now these you're seeing fly around, they head south. This is the Canadian geese. Canadian geese or goose. This is a goose. One's a goose. We just learned about this one. It is the mockingbird, the northern mockingbird. You can hear it out there mocking everybody. And you've seen these all around. This is the American robin. And like I said, I've always heard if you see these during the winter time, like around this time, you know spring is coming very soon. We see these birds quite often. You may know what this is? They go caw, caw. This is the American crow. Now there's one of these books, I'm not for sure which one, they get mixed up with a raven and a crow. They're different birds though. Now these are really cute little birds. This is the white-throated sparrow. Little cute little bird, ain't it? Now I have seen these, and I didn't get pictures of them. I couldn't ever get pictures of them, and I'm not seeing none this week. So they're very cute birds. This is the red-winged blackbird. They're very pretty because they've got that red and yellow spot on their wing. And so they're very pretty, real pretty birds. And then, of course, we have the downy woodpecker. And he's got a little bit of red on his head, but not much. But he's very pretty as well to watch. Alright. Excuse me. Let me see here. I'm going to show you this bird, or this bird log. I'm saying wrong birds, and I'm not talking about birds. I'll show you this little book here. It is a very cute little book. It's called The Little Book of Backyard Bird Songs, and it's very, very cute. So I'm not going to read it all, but it's kind of, because it tells you about each bird and the different things about them, and you know where you may find them at, what they eat, the size of them, their nests, and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's a very neat little book. But it also here on the side tells you what they sound like. So this is a house wren, and as you can tell, they got a real pointy beak when they're brown like. And we'll see what they sound like. They sound very pretty, don't they? Oh. Yeah, I like it. Now here's our American goldfinch. I love this bird. This is an energetic bird. Of course, you'll see them in your backyard feeders, especially if you leave out sunflowers. They love sunflowers. So, but it says here, did you know males are mostly yellow in breeding in the spring and are a dull brown color in the winter? So it's very neat on that. They tell you. Oh, on the wren, I'll go back. On the wren, the male may build several nests, and the female then gets to choose the one she likes. So that's kind of neat. And then, of course, on the goldfinch, let's see what it sounds like. Sounds very pretty. I like it. Alright. Now here's our red-winged blackbird. That's the one I showed you a while ago. Did you know the one male red-winged blackbird may have more than 10 females nesting in his territory? So he's got a lot of girlfriends. And they live around marshes, waterways, and farmland. Uh-oh. I'm stinging. So they're a very pretty bird. We'll see what they sound like. Ooh. He's very. Alright, here's the kilty bird. I love this bird because when I was a kid, I'd be at my grandpa's and you see these birds out everywhere. Now, the things with these birds is kind of cool. Have any of y'all been around one of these killdeer birds? The reason why, they're normally near open ground or water. Sometimes you'll mostly see them in fields. But they're not a big bird, but they're not small. But they are very neat because what they do is to get off from their, they think, to get their prey away, they play dead. Really. They kind of show like they've got a broken wing and they just kind of lay there. And then if the prey goes away, then they're fine. They just jump up and go on. But it's very funny, to be honest. I mean, you barely go up to it and it just starts falling over. But it says killdeer often having a broken wing in order to lure predators away from their nest. So they may very often does hide and just act like they got a broken wing and kind of going which way. So it's very funny to watch, but I mean it's a good way to do it. So here's what they sound like. They have a very distinct sound. When I hear that sound, I know what it is. Now this is the house finch. It's a very, very beautiful bird. And it is, let's see here. I was trying to see whatever I could find here. Now, a male's red color is due to pigments from red fruits he eats when his feathers are growing. So I guess that determines on what color they turn out to be, rather what they eat. So let's see what they sound like. He's got a very pretty sound. Alright. Our great horned owl. The owl's prey is often swallowed whole. Bones and other things are I cannot ever say this word. Regurgitated. Yeah. Later. So, owls are kind of nasty on that part, but that's what they were made to do. So, let's see what he sounds like. You can hear him at night. They're so pretty. And then, of course, the blue jay. Alright. They call him the harsh squawk in this book here. So here, like all members of the crow family, it is intelligent and can imitate, I cannot read today at all, sounds of other animals, especially hawks. So now I did not know that. Let's see here. But did you know that the blue jay's crest is flat when it is calm state and raised when it's excited or agitated? I did not know that. So, let's see what he sounds like. Like saying his name. Alright, now we've got the American robin. We've got our American robin here. Now, did you know robins may vary their diet during the day, eating worms in the morning and fruit later on. So they're very distinctive on how they eat. Let's see here. You can see them one of the first birds to sing in the morning and often one of the last of the day as well. Sometimes you'll see them in large flocks to gather to forage for food, mainly fruit, and to roost. So let's see here. Let's see here. Our cardinal. All right. Let's see what he see here. And the northern cardinal starts singing even earlier than the American robin. It can usually be heard from February onward. Listen as well as its pink, pink alarm call. And then, of course, further, did you know the bird defends its territory fiercely and will even attack its own reflection? Now, that's pretty bad on that one, but let's see what he sounds like. Sounds like he's whistling. He's very pretty. And our mourning dove. I love these doves. Mourning doves store their seeds in a pouch in their throats called a crop and digest them later. Now, I did not know this one. So, let's see. You would often see doves perching on the wires and foraging on the ground for seeds. So they've got they're very, very beautiful birds. Let's see here. We got two left. The American crow. And like I said, do not get this mixed up with a raven. But yeah, we've got a crow. Of course, you can see them in groups. This is crow's song is a rasping caw caw. And of course, they can range too, including mimicking other animals and birds. I did not know that. But crows have the largest brains in relation to their size of all birds except for some parrots. I did not know that. That's pretty cool, though. And our last one is the song sparrow. It's a very, very pretty bird. Let's see here. Okay, cowbirds, I guess that's what they normally call them, are often lay eggs in the nest of song sparrow. Oh, cowbird, okay. Who raise chicks as their own. So cowbirds often lay eggs in the nest of song sparrows who raise the chicks as their own. So another bird raises and put them in their nest so they can raise another bird. And then there's those, I don't know if you can tell, but they're blue and they're like little red specklies on them. The eggs, so they're very tiny. But it's a very pretty bird. Let's see what he sounds like. So that is our. Now this is a very pretty book. I think everybody will enjoy it. And I kind of wanted to go over it with you here. Let's see here. Our last few things. Oh, here are some bird watching tips. So let's see what if you need it when you're wanting to go out and search for certain birds or different things. Here's some tips for you. Pick a spot to stand and watch patiently. Just don't go rambling around and making a lot of sound, or they won't come in. So be very, very quiet and still. So when you're still, you see more birds. Listen quietly for bird calls. Close your eyes and notice the sounds around you. Don't get too close to a bird on the ground or it'll just fly away. Look at the bird's size, shape, and color to help identify it, and that's what your journal could be for, is to write it down. Follow flying birds with your eyes. You might see them go to the nest or find something to eat. So that's something a little about what to know for that. And then this book here, it's this one, the bird watch book, and I'll kind of go through it. Here are some bird feeders that you can make. Of course, here's the one with the pine cone. You can make one with the orange, the peeling, and then there's some here that they've used for string, and they've just got a knot at the bottom, and they just slip through stuff on it. Like they've got orange peel, then they've got peanuts and fruit and so on and so forth. So it's a very neat little thing. And like tasty garland, they call it. And I know they've said one thing over here. You do not want to feed them like, oh yeah, here it is. Do not feed bread, crackers, and sugary cereal aren't healthy for the birds. I think what it does is it expands their stomach. And I think it also works for, for the ducks too, when you go feed the ducks or the geese. So don't feed them none of that, because it expands their stomach and it ain't good on them. So let's see. And then, of course, this talks about different woodpecker. There's got different sections for woodpeckers. There's one for ravens, and different things, and about their nest, and how to build a nest. Then I wanted to go to the geese. Of course, it talks about different geese that you may find right now, and are the different ducks. So it's very cute little book. Let's see what else. Oh, and then, of course, raptors. The different raptors you may see around. Of course, there's a red-tailed hawk. You can see those right now, too, as well. I've seen one about a day or two ago. Of course, the vultures, if you see them flying around. Let's see here. Oh, of course, the ground birds. There's the quail, the bobwhite, a turkey, a grouse, a pheasant. So all those different kind of birds. And then there is the flocks of birds. I went ahead and bookmarked. So it kind of goes in detail by subjects like that. It's a very, very neat educational book. I love this book. It's very neat. So, of course, it talks about the pigeon. That's a flock bird. The European starling, a herring gull. You can see them right now at Campbellsville Bird in the parking lots. And then, of course, the Canadian geese. So it's a very, very neat, I love this book. You can create your own bird watch list. And so if you like this book, we have it for checkout. Or if you like to have on your own, that's what it is. And then we've got the bird watch book. I don't know if I showed you this one or not. This one is another little book that you can spot. It says spot the different birds within the book. So it's a very great, very, very cute book. Now, like I said, you make the bird, if you want to see birds, make a bird feeder. It's super easy. Like I said before, just use a pine cone. And then just put either peanut butter or lard on it. And then roll it around in birdseed. And then tie it up in a tree. They will come to it. They love it. I'm going to have to redo mine now because they've ate all of it this week. Or get a bird feeder and fill it up. They love the feeders. Excuse me. But at the end of the program, you will see pictures that, like I said, that I have took at my house in the past week with all the snow. And I hope you enjoy them and see all the different birds and see which ones that I took so you can pick out which ones are which. Now, for the rest of our program, this is up to you. Now, what you need to do is we are giving away some binoculars. I have 20 of these. There will be one for each family. Now, what you have to do, though, to come pick up a pair of binoculars to help you go bird watching, is that you need to go outside and take a picture. It does not matter what bird. You can post as many as you want of different birds. But at least take a picture of one bird that you see. Okay? And then post it to us or send it to us on Facebook. And then I will put your family's name down for a pair of binoculars. These are very, very awesome binoculars. Like I said, they've got a compass on them and stuff. And I mean, you can really see through them. Really good. But they're a good pair. So these are very awesome for bird watching. So, but like I said, all you have to do is go outside, take a picture of a bird. Like I said, it does not matter what kind. And identify it. If you can identify it, that is awesome. I would love to know what kind of bird it is. Okay? So just take a picture and put, if you know what it is, you can write it down. If not, that's okay. And then you'll be for a chance for one of these, okay? And then it's first come, first serve. So the ones that post first are the ones that will be getting them, because there's a limited supply and there'll be one per family, okay? So we only got so many. So get out there and bird watch. And take a picture or two and write it and journal it, okay? So, but until next time, if you have any questions, you can call here at the library at 932-7081, and we'll be happy to help you with any way possible, okay? And don't forget, our Month of Nature programs are still going on. You can still pick up packets, and then the next March packets will be here ready soon. So keep a watch for those. Those are normally ready around the 1st of the month. So keep a watch for those if you're participating in that. If you're not, I encourage you to. It's just about getting out in nature and doing different things. It's got a calendar to do something for each day. I know we're almost through with February, but you can still get it and get some days in. So it's your own pace. But and it's very educational as well. There's some things about different poems that kind of relate with the maybe nature and different things. There's music and so on and so forth. So I think you'll really enjoy them. But if you have any questions on that, call me here at the library and I'll be happy to answer your questions and tell you a little about it and go for that, okay? But until next time, enjoy the wonderful bird pictures I have, and we'll see you all next time, okay? See ya!